Hello guys, we're going to answer the question why MBA. We're going to answer why MBA for an engineer, for a commerce grad, and for other grads, say a BA literature or BSc zoology grad. How will you go about answering that? And so answers are broadly similar. We're looking at someone who say put a year and a half experience after each of these streams, and then saying why you're gravitating towards an MBA. Right? Why MBA after engineering? So I like my engineering. I did well in my engineering. I've been working for about 18 months now. I've always been interested in the idea of learning how a company works, how the company who guys who created the company, what are the proposition they had, what is the gap they fill in the market, how do they think about a 5 year horizon, how do they make money, what drives profits, what makes customers come back to this company. Those kind of things intrigue me. I realized even through my engineering that I was gravitating towards that, and that's where my natural thought process is. Also, even though I in my class 12, I gravitated towards engineering mainly for two reasons. One is I was naturally good at math, so there's a belief that if you're good at quantitative subjects, math, you should veer towards engineering as part of that. Two, it is a very it's the safest option. So I needed to have a job at the end of my graduation. I don't know when and where and how I'll do my MBA, even though it is on the horizon. So with an engineering, I have a natural career progression, and I needed that, and I wanted that. So it was in some sense a safe option to pick engineering at the end of my class 12. After that, after I've been working for a while, now I feel like I should go towards where my interests lay and where I can step up from here and do that thing, which is why I'm going towards an MBA after engineering. A commerce grad just completed BCom or even maybe a BBA, not a commerce grad, but business administration. Why do you want to do an MBA? And I've just completed my commerce degree. I've worked for about 18 months in an audit firm. I like accounts, I like finance, I like the idea of bookkeeping, knowing what is the numbers sitting underneath the performance of a company. But I realized that I'm acting in a role where I'm the natural bookkeeper for a set of companies. So I can see what worked and what did not work, but I see companies taking decisions based on business context and what the market says, what is the demand and supply for specific set of services that they're offering, and how they determine pricing, how they handle customer services. I know that when I talk to a CEO and I tell him this business is not making money, and he says that is very crucial for my other business, so I cannot let this go. And I know he's coming from a point of understanding both of those industries, and that's missing for me. So that is one reason where I think I need to add a whole layer of business understanding and business knowledge on top of my understanding of numbers and finance and accounting. That is very important. Second reason, which is obvious, is if I do an MBA from a good college, my role responsibility, position I will get into in an organization is going to be bigger, higher, and I will get paid more. And that is an important criterion for me. So I finished my BCom. I've been working for 18 months. Career progression that I'll have vis-a-vis doing an MBA now, and the career progression I'll have, they're likely to be dramatically different. So I want fast growth. I want an expanded role. I want to be in a place where I'm not just a bookkeeper, but I can do five things beyond that. So I like my job. I think I'm growing into it. I think I'm becoming a better audit person. Having said that, I think I'm more ambitious than this, and therefore I want to make more money and have more responsibility in my job, which is why I want to do an MBA. I'm going to answer this question from a wider perspective, someone who's done literature or zoology or the arts. And so, and when I finished my class 12, I gravitated towards BA history for two reasons. One, I got that and I like history. And so it was a pragmatic decision and a preference decision. I realized rapidly that my interest lay in history, but if I have to have a career, I need to be in a mainstream job. Practically the biggest set of jobs available for history graduates lies in teaching history. And I don't see myself doing that over a 40-year horizon. So it is good to learn history. I did well in my BA history. I learned that. I have an inclination towards that. I like to look at things from given a giant backdrop of how civilization has come to that point. So I'm not decrying that. I have learned a lot of how to look at things thanks to my BA history. And it given me a certain sense of temperamental soundness also. But I know that if I want to have a meaningful mainstream career with a long progression and making wealth along the way and making money along the way. It's not going to be just my undergraduation degree. I have got to do something else. That something else quite naturally became an MBA because I like the idea of running a company, how to see the different facets of how a company is run, how profits are made, how customers are treated, how a fire strategy is developed. All these things appeal to me. I know that my history backdrop is going to give me a certain way of looking at things wherever I go. That I'm thankful for that. Having said that, with my history degree, I cannot aspire to a lifestyle or a career in mainstream history learning, and so I'm not a historian. I'm just a history graduate. So I've learned a lot. I have a good appreciation of that. I think it'll hold me in good stead in my life. But for my career, I really need to do one other thing. The clear choice for my preferences and aspirations seems to be MBA, and that's where I'm headed.